welcome to Closing the Deal. I'm Kristina.
And I'm Carissa.
And today we are on part 2 of our Instagram mini-series.
Yes.
And today we are going to talk about posting.
Yes. But guess what? This is part 1 of posting. Because we are diving in depth for
That's
you
true.
guys. We're really getting into the nitty-gritty. I
It's
know.
a breaststroke going on.
Apparently, I actually can't swim, so there we go. So I'm metaphorically diving in.
It's true. You want us to break it down?
Instagram.
We're breaking it down.
So today we're going to be talking about posting, like Kristina said. The first point we want to talk to you guys about is your photos. So say you're posting an image up and you're uploading it, you're hitting that little plus sign guy right at the bottom. Well, here's a few things you need to know. To post, you have a couple options on sizes. So the first one is the classic Instagram square. Instagram got started because they got very popular on their little borders. If you remember way back in the day, it was the funnest border that you can put around your image, and you look at your feed and see all those fun. Do you not know the borders?
No.
I'll put in a
I was late to the Insta game.
I'll put in a screenshot here so you can see what I'm talking about. But you would actually use their editing and all their software stuff, and you'd put on the cool little border to make it look like you were literally on Instagram. It's kind of, what they were known by. So you have the classic square. So if you're on an iPhone, because we are iPhone people, you will notice when you go to edit, it'll say square or it's 1 by 1. And I think that turns into 1080 by 1080. So you want exactly a square. That's in pixels when I talk those numbers. The next thing you can do is a horizontal image. That's going to be 1080 by 566. The dyslexic over here is struggling. That's the pixels. That's going to be this way. And then you can do vertical, which is 1080 by 3500.
3,500.
Why did we get the
Our
numbers?
notes are down
I'm
here.
Dyslexic. I have to have them because I invert numbers and
That's funny.
we're struggling.
It's alright, we're getting
So
it.
it's
Breaking it
1080
down.
by 3,500 in pixels, which is also 4 by 5 if you are editing on your iPhone, just to get it down to the right sizing. Here's a little tip that we have for posting an image. You want to take up as much real estate. Nice little pun. That was terrible. Thanks for laughing along with me though. You want to take up as much real estate on somebody's Instagram as possible, and you'll see that you take up way more of somebody's feed when you do it vertical. I'm probably getting everything mixed up, but hey.
No, that's
Now.
vertical.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you're going to be what they see as it's the majority of their phone.
So if you look at the shape of your phone, it's long,
Yep.
the screen. So if you're sizing it to that, you're going to take up more of that screen as opposed to like horizontal. You get it.
Yeah. So that's what we've got for images.
So the next thing that we have for content posting is videos. Now, like we always say, video is the future. So, definitely think about videos. They're definitely more eye-catching because it starts with movement, things like that. So things to know about video is that you can post kind of like pictures, either vertical or landscape. Again, vertical is going to take up more space, so that's preferable. But really it's depending on what you're posting. So obviously if something needs to be horizontal, it needs to be horizontal, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you can post in both. The other thing is if you are posting a video directly into your feed, you're restricted, keep this in mind, depending on what you're posting, you're restricted to 60 seconds. So if you're posting it directly into the feed, that's when you do the little plus sign and you go to video or you upload from your library. It'll cut you off at 60 seconds. So you could make a phenomenal video, which I have done, and it goes over 60 seconds and then you realize you have a 60-second limit.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind, and there are different ways to post depending on what the content is. Maybe you need more than 60 seconds. So there's other things you can do. You can do stories, which only post for 24 hours on a live feed. And then there is also IGTV, which we'll dig into those a little bit further in the future. But keep those in mind because you can post a longer amount, just a longer video on both of those. So now you have all this awesome content. You have videos, you have pictures, they're horizontal, they're vertical, they're all over the place. And you need to edit them so that they look pretty, they look professional. Well, you might need to put in some branding. Depending on what you're looking to do, we have some suggestions on apps. So the first one being Snapseed. So this is really basic, really user-friendly, and it just lets you make some basic edits on there, probably more for pictures, I imagine, than video. So it's free, according to this one. I didn't verify it, but I'm pretty sure it's free because it's a pretty basic app. The next one that we have is Adobe Photoshop Express. Now this is one I can speak on because I've personally used it on some of my things, and it's really easy to use. It is free, and it's kind of surprising for how much access you have to stuff, that it's all free. I actually put in my own like branding and stuff, and it's really easy if you have maybe some zits or things that you need to Photoshop really easily.
I have them.
It's a really easy app to use. Just to kind of help fine-tune things. There's really awesome filters on there to kind of help you if you're not even sure what you're looking for. So you can definitely use that. And then there's photo collage. So sometimes you need to put in more than one picture to get the message across of whatever it is that you're trying to show. And this is another really easy, really basic app to use where you can just put in multiple pictures. So maybe you do need to do something, I think of off the top of my head, a listing. Maybe you need to have the outside, a killer kitchen, and like the backyard. And you have those 3 pictures in, you can determine how big you want them all to be. It's customizable, but it also gets the message across in more than one picture, but one post.
But don't forget, on a quick side note, you can actually post multiple pictures now.
That's
I don't think we said that before, but there's a little button you just click. It looks kind of like, I don't know, a couple squarey thingies, and you click that, and then you can add multiple photos in. So that is a new option now on posting that hasn't been around too long on Instagram.
No, is that pretty new?
Fairly new.
Well, the way that you know is it has little dots at the bottom of your post to let people know to slide. Apparently you slide down.
Either way. We're going the same way. All right, guys, so we've got VSCO. I did it. I said it. I was a little worried about that one. So this one is what I call the hipster editing application. It's got filters galore, and it has a lot of that like deep, dark, desaturated, moody, total hipster kind of stuff. But I really love it because if you are trying to make sure you look professional and you're branding yourself well and you have a consistent theme on your feed, it just kind of looks nice, it's consistent. So you can pick one filter on there that are more in depth than just the Instagram ones, and you can consistently use that one on every picture that you're uploading. It's kind of harder as a realtor to use that kind of filter because you are putting up listings on occasionally and you don't want to desaturate or really change too much of what's going on in the houses. You want them to look as natural as possible, but some brightness, some contrast. We're a world that lives in a very edited society, so we do like to see a photo that has been edited.
We like when things are pretty.
In some way. So even just some basic brightness and contrast, even through the app, can go a really long way. The next one is Adobe Lightroom. I'm a photographer, have been in the past. I guess technically I still am, but I'm a photographer. I love Lightroom, and they do have it on the application too. You can save some presets if you're into that kind of side of things.
Is that one free?
It is free, yes. So I love a good Lightroom edit. You can change colors. That's where you're going to go a little bit more in depth. You've got curves, you've got all that other stuff. So if you're looking for that kind of editing, yes, you should definitely check that one out. Last one, this one is not free, but it is very similar to Photoshop and Lightroom. It is called Afterlight 2. It is also a more in-depth photo editor that you could be doing all at the touch of your finger. So those are some that we would recommend that we can say that, hey, you should check those out if you want to help. Like I said, just basic editing will go a long, long way.
So that's what we have for you today. Thank you for spending some time with us. We hope it helped. And like we said, we are trying to dig in a little bit deeper. Again with the swimming. We hope you appreciate it. As always, we are the marketing department at Stewart Title, so if you guys do need help, please feel free to reach out and ask us any questions you might need, from basic to maybe a little more advanced, depending on where you're at. But either way, thanks so much, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.